Welcome to my channel Management Masterclass. Today I am going to talk about the characteristics of management. Following are the characteristics of management. The first characteristic of management is that management is universal. Second is it is purposeful. Third is it is an integrative force. Fourth is it is a social process. Fifth is it is a multidisciplinary. Sixth is management is a continuous process. Seventh is it is intangible. Eighth is it is result oriented. The ninth characteristic of management is dynamic, and the last characteristic of management is an art as well as a science. Now I will explain each characteristic in detail. The first one is management is universal, which means management is required in every form of group activity, whether it is a family, club, a government, an army, or a business enterprise. The approach and style of management may differ from one organization to another organization, but in each case, it involves marshalling of human and physical resources towards the attainment of common objectives. Now, the second characteristic of management is purposeful, which means management exists for the achievement of specific objectives. It is a means towards the accomplishment of predetermined goals. All activities of management are goal oriented. The success of management is measured by the extent to which the desired objectives are attained. Management is a creative process of achieving results. The third characteristic is management is an integrative force. Means the essence of management lies in the coordination of individual efforts into a team. Management joins the individual goals with organizational goals. It integrates human and other resources. Now, the fourth characteristic of management is that management is a social process. Means management is done by people, through people, and for the people. It is a social process because it is concerned with interpersonal relations. Human factor is the most important element in management. A good manager is a leader, not a boss. The fifth characteristic is that management is multidisciplinary. Means management has to deal with human behavior under dynamic conditions. Therefore, it depends upon wide knowledge derived from several disciplines like engineering, sociology, psychology, economics, and anthropology. The sixth characteristic is that management is a continuous process. Means management is an ongoing process. The cycle of management continues to operate so long as there is organized action for the achievement of group goals. It is an ongoing activity that includes planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling on regular basis. Now the seventh characteristic is that management is an intangible. Means management is an unforeseen, unseen, or invisible force. It cannot be seen, but its presence can be felt everywhere in form of results. However, the managers who perform the functions of management are very much tangible and visible. The eighth characteristic is management is result oriented. The success of management is measured by the results achieved in terms of productivity and efficiency. The ninth characteristic is that management is dynamic. Management adapts to changes in the internal as well as external environment such as technology, market condition, legal, social, cultural, and government policies. Now the last 10th characteristic of management is an art as well as a science. Management is a science as it contains a systematic body of theoretical knowledge, and it also involves the practical application of such knowledge. Management is also an art, or we can say a discipline, which involves specialized training and an ethical code arising out of its social obligation. So, management is a science as well as an art. It is a science because it follows principles and techniques, and an art because it requires skills, creativity, and experience. So, what we learned today is that The process of management is a universal and intentional process used in all organizations to fulfill certain objectives. It combines separate actions into one team action, serves as a social process and interdisciplinary process, and entails continuous planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. Although an intangible function, management is goal oriented, dynamic, and change oriented. And it is both a science as well as an art since it involves systematic knowledge, skills, creativity, and experience. Hope this was an informative session for you. Thank you for watching. For getting notifications about the future content in simple form, subscribe, follow, and press the bell icon.